excuse me, you wrote 20-year-old man who was shot by a police officer after a traffic stop and subsequently drove his car a short distance before colliding with another vehicle. Is that the information you received when you came on the scene?
That's correct.
And the marijuana found in the system, did you send that to a lab or some other place to determine how much marijuana was in the system?
Well, as a part of the normal toxicology studies, they do quantify those numbers, the numbers of marijuana or anything they do find, yes.
And do you know what the quantify what the result was?
They're in my report.
Okay, and what are they?
If I may refer to my report.
Sure.
So in the femoral blood, we found 11-hydroxy delta-9 THC, which is a metabolite. The level present was 6.9 nanograms per milliliter. There was delta-9 carboxy THC, which is an inactive metabolite. This was present at a concentration of 120 nanograms per milliliter. And delta-9 THC, which is the active ingredient in marijuana, the level was 43 nanograms per milliliter.
And the active ingredient, what you mean by that is that's what affects you when you take the marijuana?
Yes.
And is 43 a high reading?
43 is a number within the normal range of individuals reported that use marijuana.
Okay. Use marijuana regularly or right before the death?
That's difficult to ascertain based on just the numbers alone.
I don't know if you answered my question. Is that a high reading based on your experience, toxicology-wise?
It's on the high end of numbers that I see, yes.
Thanks. And you testified that Mr. Wright was conscious for seconds after he was shot. Fair statement?
No, I said the injury he sustained, he could survive for minutes, seconds to minutes, and then if blood supply is cut off to the brain, then one can be rendered unconscious in a short time, matter of seconds.
Yes, that's what I meant. You do know in this case, from what you were briefed on, that Mr. Wright said, "You shot me." Did you know that?
No, I'm not aware of that.
Pardon me?
I'm not aware of statements uttered by the decedent.
In any event, as you reported, he drove off after the shot. Is that what you learned?
That was reported, yes.
And he could have driven off like that for up to a minute. Fair statement?
Objection, calls for speculation.
He's the expert judge.
The objection is overruled.
So he could have driven off like that and been alive for up to a minute. Fair statement?
I would say that's possible.
Thank you, sir. That's all I have.
Is there any redirect?
Yes, Your Honor. Dr. Jackson, you were asked about what might possibly happen to a body under these circumstances. If you could just describe to the jury what physiologically happens to the body when a heart is shot with a gunshot.
In my profession, we don't see directly what happens to individuals. We are called in after the fact. But from my medical training, when an individual loses significant blood, they tend to become unconscious, or they could exhibit altered mental status.
And when you say loses significant blood, did you recover a significant amount of blood from inside Daunte Wright's body?
Yes.
consistent with blood loss that you're describing.
Correct.
And when you see someone lose blood in the amount of 3 liters, what do you expect to happen to them physiologically?
I expect physiologically for the heart to be unable to pump blood to the organs, and I expect to see organs that shut down and loss of function occurring.
And when you expect to see that the heart isn't pumping blood and the organs are not functioning, what does that look like from the outside?
Could you clarify what you're asking?
Sure. If the heart is not able to pump blood to the organs and the body is losing blood, what happens to an observer? What does the observer see is happening to the body?
I think the person observing might see someone that appears unconscious or unresponsive, if that's what you're asking.
Yes. So you'd expect someone that was shot through the heart to be unconscious within a matter of seconds. Is that fair?
Check that as leading, Your Honor. It's also repetitious.
Objection is sustained.
I'll move on, Your Honor. With respect to marijuana or the THC levels that you saw, you indicated that those were potentially on high levels of what you've seen. Is that right?
Yes.
In the course of your career of doing 1,800 plus autopsies, have you ever ruled a death, an overdose as a result of marijuana use?
I have not.
So when you say that these levels are insignificant with respect to your cause and manner of death finding, what does that mean?
That means relative to the injury sustained during the gunshot wound, there is no significant importance to the level of THC found in the decedent's system.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Anything further?
You understood, did you not, Doctor, that when I was asking about the marijuana, I was not implying that this was a cause of death. I was just asking what was in his blood, correct?
Okay, yes.
Thank you.
All right. You may step down. Thank you.
Thank you.